Hey everybody, we are the Amerime Junkies. Right over here is my co-pilot, my the man at arms, Demon Engine.
Yo.
I'm Corey Salty True Floyd, and today over here we got a guest, a longtime friend. I've known him. I known him when his locks was little. There was little locks. There was
Yeah,
little
right.
locks. Uh, when he's not working on his own comics and animation, he's just being an all around wild guy, and I love him very much. This is Jason Richardson from J1 Studios,
Yo, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? You guys hear me
and
fine, right?
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
All right, cool.
we're very thankful to have him in today because he has a lot of stuff going on, and I want to get a chance to talk to him, catch up, and of course share what he has going on now. This just broke out not too long ago. Now you're currently got a Kickstarter going for an animated series.
Yeah. I'm working with Spoof Animation, which is a Nigerian animation studio, and we are. I mean, we're pretty much creating like the blackest animation you can imagine. Like it is a story that's similar to like Gladiator and God of War, but it's the main character is Ajaka, who's the actual king in history, who's the king. He was a Oyo king, and he gets. I say I'm trying not to give away too much, but he gets banished, and then he enters the Colosseums and travels the world to reclaim
Okay,
his throne and freedom.
all right. So you got a Nigerian animation studio. So you trying to have this black owned from cell to screen, huh?
Right. I mean, no, but that's the
I love
point of
it.
it. That's the point of it. Like people, clamor on and chatter on and on online how they want representation, and it's like here's the ultimate representation. We have black folk creating it, black folk writing it, black folk animating, and we're talking men and women. Then on top of that, I'm an executive producer. Um, Ishmael Street, who is the CEO of That Is Not a Noun, is the show. Another brother, he's the consultant producer. Like that's why we had to put it on Black History Month. Like if we were gonna do a Kickstarter for it, like it's so
I
black, we
mean,
had to put it on Black History Month. Like I mean,
I
come on.
mean, so far it sounds blackity black, and I love it.
Right. Even the composers we're planning on working with are Nigerian composers. So
Oh
like
snap!
this is literally the thing that everybody said they want this anime or they want an animation. It has like a style of kind of both. And here it is. Here's an African king, just being awesome in animated form.
But matter of fact, Demon Engine, we have a clip of it, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, let's take a gander at this. Ooh, spoof animation. Okay.
I know now I'm like being Marvel now.
I know. looks looks beautiful.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot of blood.
Hey,
I'm perfectly fine with that.
mm-mm. All the deuces.
Right. Like
I'd say if you had any more twos, I'd start calling your ass Two Face.
yeah, it was funny though. I thought that was gonna be on a Tuesday. It happened to be that was Wednesday. I was so
Wednesday.
mad because I was so excited to have all those twos, and I'm like, "Oh my, is it gonna be Tuesday on top of that?" And I was like, "Yo, this is gonna be the best." I was like, "Oh, it's Wednesday. Never mind." Like,
But
I was real salty.
so uh, where did where did when did this even start? When did this project start?
Uh, well, it kind of branched off thanks to my game started. I went back into game development, and I made
Which we're going to definitely tap on.
yeah. So it made VT Heroes, and it was noted as having like a super successful Kickstarter because I accidentally launched that Kickstarter 2 days before the advertising launch date. So I was like, for like 2 weeks solid, we were like, "Yo, on this day, it's gonna drop. Get ready. Have your money ready." Everybody was like, "Yeah, yeah," and I didn't. I accidentally clicked the button while I was setting it up and accidentally launched it like 2 days early, and I was like, oh man." And then half an hour later, I got an email from Kickstarter. It was like, "Well, your Kickstarter was funded." I was like, "Wait, what?" Like, wait. I was like, "All right." So I obviously got hacked. Like that was my only like. How do I accidentally launch it 2 days early, and then
And
get it?
meet the goal.
Then it get meet the goal in half an hour. And I did a simple goal of $500 because I wanted to make a couple copies to send off to different like YouTubers and Power Rangers and stuff like that because it has like that tokusatsu uh, theme to it.
Mhm.
And just on Kickstarter alone, I I raised over $10,000. So everybody looked at that, they're like, "You must know something about Kickstarter."
Well, I know I can definitely say just from being at PAX Unplugged a few times, there is a huge community of people on Kickstarter pitching their games, and and if they think it's good, people go for it.
Well, one of the things that people don't realize is that tabletop gaming gets 3 times the funding that console and video games get via crowdfunding.
And so far, better
Like people
output.
think that like video games is where it's at, where you can make that money through Kickstarters and stuff like that. Nope. Tabletop gaming. You can. I asked for $500 and got $10,000, and then I made thousands afterwards because people wanted to still continue to throw money at the Kickstarter. Um, and then I started doing appearances and doing interviews and stuff for not only just VT Heroes, but with stuff with like Kickstarter and like how I made such a successful Kickstarter. And I was a guest on Afro Comic Con
Mhm.
and a few other like online conventions. And I was on the show That Is Not a Noun, and he knew he had the Spoof Animation, the CEO from Spoof Animation, on his show before. He was like, "You know what? J1 Studios and Spoof Animation need to meet because it'd be the most beautiful thing ever." And I was like, "Sure, let's make this happen." And then we started talking. We started, and they're in Nigeria, so it's communication is like can be kind of tricky because they're 6 hours ahead.
Mm.
So you have to think 6 hours ahead when you're saying stuff. You're like,
You're like,
"Hey,
all right.
out on Tuesday," and they're like, "It is Tuesday." Like you're like, "Oh, my bad." Like you have to like think into the future. It's fun. But then we started just talking, and like I was like, "Oh, I could help with this and that," and he was like, "You know what? We would like to bring you on as executive producer for this project." They're like, you know the Western market, obviously with your convention,
This
with
is true.
they did studied the convention and was like, "Yeah, wow, you built that out of nothing, like out of your no sponsors, no nothing. You just built a convention that actually grew." And then they're like, you're making games that's blowing up, and they're like, "We need somebody like you on the team," and boom, there I am.
All
Now
right.
I'm like the Reggie Fils-Aimé of this anime.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Shoot, it's definitely. I mean, at this point in your career, we're not too far along for you to just put out some sort of biographical book. At this
Yeah, I
point,
mean, I've been in books, which is like crazy. Like I've won awards, like just with the game and J1 Con and J1 Studios and all that stuff. I'm at like close to 20 awards now. Like,
Nice.
and I was
That is
just
wow.
talking about this. The
hmm
Encyclopedia of Black Comics. It's an actual encyclopedia by Dr. Sheena Howard,
oh,
and it is the encyclopedia of all the influential Black folk in the history of comics. So, and I'm an entry in there. I'm like,
oh,
okay, all right now, all right. They tell you a little bit about my history, how I started J1 Studios, like all that stuff, and created
how
J1.
how did you feel when they came to you to put you in the book?
It was wild, bro. Cause I don't know. I'm like, who am I? Like, I'm just some Negro around the way. Like, I don't know. I just like doing nerd stuff, and I guess people like that I do nerd stuff. I don't know. And I really don't know how this stuff kind of happened, but like it's I'm 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 appreciative of it. I used to be homeless at one point, like, and now you know I was able to like have dinner with RZA, like, like I'm hanging out with Booker T and like.
Boy, that ain't nothing but your second uncle.
Yeah, I know, right? Yo, you saw that picture. Did you ever see that picture I posted? I posted
Yes.
some pictures with me and him,
And
and I
Demon
was like,
Engine,
wow.
don't you dare.
I wasn't
Because
going to say shit.
I know it.
I
I don't even think you even kept the photo. So I'm not. You know what? I shouldn't be worried. Never mind. I'm so
Because
we
yo, one,
last
all
week
I was
there
just
was
saying,
a
if I
dispute
was
about a
you,
particular man being my daddy.
just saying, get you better knock on that man's door, ask him where that back child support is.
get that bread.
I can't stand you.
But
I'm
yeah,
tempted to bring it back up now.
find it.
I did. Oh my god! You better not find this. I swear. All right,
I
I'm
can't.
good.
I can't deny the request of a guest.
I hope you can't find it.
No,
All
find it.
right, and the worst part is, all right, Jason. So far, it's been a very big consensus that Mike Pondsmith looks like he's my dad.
Oh gosh, do you have a picture? Do you have a? Like, I want to see this. I need this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Yo, get a cyberpunk shirt, bro. Get a cyberpunk shirt. Get a cyberpunk shirt, bro. I
That's
I
it.
I will see.
Interview's over. Sick of
No.
this.
What is your shirt size? Maybe I can get in touch with them over there, and then we're like, yo, I need you to do me one solid. Like I've never asked y'all to do anything for me before, but can you do this one thing? I just need a T-shirt.
But one of the I can't help but notice you can't really put all the words together. Would you think it was safe to say that your dreams are becoming a reality and it's hard to just put it all together in words?
Yeah. Like I remember when I started winning awards, I was like, "What?" I remember I blacked out actually. I actually blacked out at the award ceremony because I was already blown away that I was nominated. Like I cried when I found out I was nominated, and I was like, "This is real? Oh, oh my gosh!" Like, and then I had to go suit up, and then like there was like a red carpet, and there's like people taking pictures, and you're having a little beverage while you in the shop suit, hanging with people. Everybody's just photo ops, and you're meeting like people from like Mystery Science Theater and like all this other stuff. And you're like, yo, I know you, I know who you are. And then when it was my turn, like I got one award, but the biggest award was Geek of the Year, and I was so nervous that I don't know. It just didn't. My heart was all over the place. And then the second they said my name, I don't remember what happened after that. I just remember that I was sitting back down in my chair, and I had the award in my hand. And I was like, "Oh, this is real. I thought I was dreaming. Oh my gosh!" And then I like that was the first time I got recognition for anything I've done. I was the first Black person to win that award too.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think I definitely recall looking at my Facebook feed because there was several folks at that award show, and I was like, "Hey, who won? Corey, do you know Jason?" Yes. Well, he won. I was like, "Holy shit!"
That's how I felt. Like, and then there's just like seeing stuff like the convention got nominated for Event of the Year. Like, I was like, what?
And this was for the and this was for the first one in Atlantic City, right?
No, this was for 2016.
Oh,
in 2016, it got nominated for event. Was it 2016? I think it was 2015 or 2016.
Was that when it was at the ECW arena?
That was 2017.
Okay, all right.
That was 2017. It did make it, like all this stuff. Like I'm just a dude that just likes doing. I don't know. I wanted to see our people doing stuff. Like I'm one of those cats that was like, man, I love Dragon Ball. Wish there was some Black people in it. Why don't I just make my own Dragon Ball and put some Black people in it? Like, instead of expecting them to do it for me, why don't I just do it myself?
I'll build my own amusement park with blackjack and hookers.
Which I'm excited about this animation because I've never been executive producer of an anime before. Like that's a new thing.
It's definitely a new notch in the belt,
right? Like, and the second I announced it, because I knew about this for months, but we couldn't say anything on like Facebook or anything till close to the Kickstarter launch.
Right.
And I was like, man, I was telling hints. I was like, yo, I'm about to. I think one time I did goof up and I did type it out, but I didn't give away too many things. I was like, I became executive producer or something. And I think I posted it on Facebook in the middle of the night.
Yes,
like,
you did.
And I was like, ooh. And I was like, maybe I should delete that. But I was like, maybe no one will notice.
I notice. I don't say all the time, but I see things.
And then I know at one time when it was close to announcing it, I was like, I got some big news. I'm really hype. And then I was like, finally, now I can actually say, here's this animation, and I'm the executive producer of.
In my mind, you just popped up like, hey, you guys.
Yeah, yo. Yeah. And, yo, it's kind of scary, though, because it's like, I've never did a Kickstarter for an animation before. But we did come up with a goal like of $18,000, which is actually not a huge number for an animation.
No,
like even an intro can cost about like anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 to make. People don't realize how expensive some animations are.
Yeah, about to say. Sometimes people think that just filming something is cheaper than animation. It's like, no.
Yeah, you're dropping like on average, close to $100,000 an episode.
And that's lowballing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like you're lowballing.
Right. So I'm like, all right, $18,000. This should be a thing. okay. So now I'm like, all right, we're a few days in. We made over almost close to $2,000. I'm like, all right, I'm nervous because like I'm used to like my Kickstarters just being funded like in an hour. Like, I'm just like 3 days have gone by. Does this mean this is not gonna work? Like, I don't know. I don't know. And then like part of me started getting all like bitter. Like I was like, black people always asking for stuff. When it's time to pick up, everybody get real quiet.
Yo, yo.
And I was
And
like,
the funny
yo,
thing is, I understand that feeling when it comes to certain stuff, but you just gotta run the race, man.
yeah, like win or lose, the fact that we've done, even like look at what we've done with it already. Like people all over are just like, oh my gosh, this is an amazing thing. I'm like, it sure is. Can I have some money? But it did start to open up, doorways. Like the second I lie to you not, less than 10 minutes into me posting it on my personal Facebook. My personal Facebook, I don't even think it's public. Maybe it's kind of public. I don't know. I don't pay attention to my Facebook.
It's public, but you have a lot.
There's certain stuff because like I have my son on there, and like I don't, you know what I mean. I don't.
Right.
But
physical violence.
Jesus. Also, look, don't question that. But hey, look who's here. Hey, Queen.
Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
Queen Nico's in the building.
How y'all doing? And I see we have a guest here, Jay Rich.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yep. He runs J1 Studios. Just in the midst of talking about his crowdfunding for Jaku anime coming out of Spoof Studios in Nigeria.
Okay. I see.
Nigerian anime.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. That's gonna be real interesting.
And it's about an actual African king, like
okay.
with a black studio, like black, and we're talking about men and women in the animation department, like drawing this up.
Yes.
With all the action and violence.
What king?
And
what
I think. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
She was asking
what African king?
King of Jaka.
Okay.
So
yes.
It's really awesome. Like I'm just kind of blown away that we're doing this, and I'm just because if it gets funded, then we're gonna be able to sit down with
when.
Yes, when this is funded, we'll get to sit down with different streaming services because they want to see how the Kickstarter goes. And all right, everything is going to go great. We're going to move forward with an 8-episode series telling about how he was dethroned and battled his way back to freedom and for the honor of his family and his nation.
All right, that's a good start.
So African God of War, like best way to describe it.
Ogun, so that's that Ogun energy, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, you didn't see you got. Yes. Oh, here's an extra trailer. I think I got it for you guys. Did I send it to you?
Lamont, could you cue that back up?
I think it's called like Week 1 or something like that. Like something like FBWK. We had a code. We had codes for it. I just realized I sent you the ones with the codes.
All right now. All right now.
Ain't playing no games.
Right. Yeah, that's that spirit of Ogun right there.
Yo,
Definitely the spirit of Ogun right there.
yeah. So we're really trying to do, and I like a whole thing with this. It's just it's exciting. It's scary. It's nerve wracking when you have a Kickstarter behind it. Oof.
Don't worry.
But you got this though. You got this.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you really look at it in the long run, every time you've come up upon an obstacle and trying to get something done, you just end up excelling.
Thank you for that vote of confidence.
I mean, no, like think about it. In 2017, the venue fell through for J1. You literally had days, not weeks. You had days to find a different location.
And rebuild the convention.
Right.
I stayed up for I had to like redo floor plan because like we sold all the vendors tables for the other place and they sold the property right from underneath me and never told me until right before the convention when I was going to put up posters and they were like, "Oh yeah, we sold the property." I'm like, "Oh, but my down payment, we've worked together last year. What, you not going to tell me?" So I scrambled hardcore, found a new venue, barely. And because I did stuff before, like at the ECW arena,
Mhm.
the current owner was like, "Hey, you want to do this here?" I was like, "I got no choice," and thank you. But it was difficult because I had to take the floor plans that I had already designed for one space and figure it out for this new
But you
location
got it.
with
But you
complete
got it
different
done.
shape. It was a complete different structure. I went in there that night, signed the papers, shook the hands, ran in with measuring tape and a pencil and paper and my camera, and sat there and measured every aspect of the building and just sat there on the floor and drew up the floor plan. And we
Hey,
had a
but you got
successful
it done.
convention.
But that is black ingenuity and creativity at its finest right there, especially when the pressure is on. You know what I mean? Pressure bust pipes or it makes dime. One of the two, and you didn't fold.
Yeah, like that was stressful. You know that making the games, like there's so much. Like I wasn't sure people were gonna dig the game, but next thing you know,
And
I got the Power Rangers up there. Like the actual
mhm.
Power Rangers have my games, and they're just like, "Yo, this game's dope," and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh!"
and and we're about to get right into talking about those games. I think we have a do a commercial break, correct?
Yep, yep.
So we'll be right back with Jay Rich from J1 Studios. This is the Amerime Junkies. Hey, I was sorry, I was jamming to the beat.
I
Uh,
know, like I was like, "Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that commercial was fresh, yo." Like
yes, that was our senpai hoodie. Be sure to get yours today.
I like that,
comes
man.
comes in a beautiful assortment of colors. But meanwhile, we're back with Jay Rich from J1 Studios, and right now we're actually about to talk about the thing on his head and his shirt, BT Heroes.
I keep forgetting. I always like have like different outfits. I have like the VT Heroes outfit, my Spider Man outfit. I gotta get in a Jaka
You're
setup now.
about to say your Spider-Man outfits.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
It's
plural.
but yeah, I VT Heroes. Hey, make sure. Like I have so much VT Hero stuff laying around. Like there's like mugs and all
Dude,
that.
I remember you showing me the dry run of the game before you
Yeah,
even had print.
Yeah, I had the original. Wow, I actually the original version of the game is here in this Ziploc bag. These scraps of paper, literally, like these scraps of paper. Let's see if it comes up. Like
Yeah, it does.
that's the game. That all this right these little folds. I make whenever I'm working on the new tabletop game. I have a bag that is probably about 3 reams of cardstock that's cut up into squares. So I have probably like 5,000 little squares. So whenever I need to make a game, I just grab a handful of them and just start making a game, and then there you go. And now I have like actual box, like
Mm-hmm.
I got.
And they've been moving pretty well. You've even produced some really cool commercials. I believe Demon Ninja has one he can queue up right now.
Yeah, we are.
I'm here to challenge the queen.
Okay, darling. Whatever you want.
VC
BT Black.
Nunchaku.
3-hit combo. Need a gun. Punch the gun. Totem rush.
Heal.
Such classic Yu-Gi-Oh energy.
Here for it.
Yeah, I totally wanted to make I wanted to make a nostalgia fighting game. That's what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to make a arcade fighting game, but put it to cards.
And you did.
And it plays simple. I mean, it's super easy to learn. It's fast paced. You can actually do like a round, like a match of it. Literally takes about around the same time as like a 2 out of 3 round of like say Street Fighter. You can do combos. You can do aerial combos. You can do reversals. You can level up so you can do bigger moves. Like all the little aspects in various fighting games from Street Fighter to Tekken, from even like Soul Calibur and like Marvel vs. Capcom are all in this. And you build your character based on your superhero, like based on their color, their element, and their totem. And I did something different with it because, Power Rangers and Tokusatsu have like a certain look. Mm-hmm. Everybody has like the same build. And I was like, let me do something different, especially for the cosplay scene, because I see a lot of cosplayers who are fans of Power Rangers, but they may not have the exact build of, what you see on TV. So I threw in different body types for my heroes. So like the gray one is a husky bull. He got belly and all that stuff. We scraps.
He rocks the dad bod.
Right. Like we got a thick girl. She's the red one. We have like what I call it, a super petite female one, which is the purple one. We have half the cast are actually female fighters, which you don't see in a lot of fighting games. It's usually like a bunch of dudes and 2 female characters. Like I was like, we can cut it in half. That's fine. I'll make it work. Even my pink one is actually like a buff dude. Like I just wanted to just like kind of just flip everything all over the place.
When I saw the buff BT hero wearing pink, I just thought about like early 2000s Cameron disc set.
Everybody rocking them salmon polos.
Like no, it's pink. You can call it salmon if you want.
Salmon. That's how you had to say it, so nobody can make fun of you. Like no, it's salmon. No, it's pink.
Like no, it's pink. And that's okay.
It's okay to just rock your pink. But
Well,
yeah, I made this fighting game. It got funded with like a 2,000% profit. Um, and like I said
hey,
earlier, like I funded like on the Kickstarter within half an hour. Like that was really cool. And actually, and having a red and silver ranger from Power Rangers in Space do my E3 style presentation of my game
hmm
at my convention, and they battle each other in the game. I was freaking out. Like I was like, I got the Power Rangers fighting each other in my game. This is a
very,
flex. Like,
very beautiful nerdy moment.
yeah, it was absolutely just it was dope. And surprisingly, like it's still people are like I go to like conventions whenever we can have a convention and or right? Or I just
You've
go
also been streaming streaming people playing it as well, correct?
yeah, we have people like we have people who make their own decks. They have their own decks, custom decks, and then they come over to the studio and they're like different YouTubers and all that stuff. They come over and they battle in the game. Um, I'm trying to find like a studio where it's like more of a public space so that I could do that in,
Okay.
eventually because I want to do what's called what I decided to name the Toku Tour, and it's going to be tournaments for VT heroes at various conventions, and the winners from that win free tickets to J1Con, where the
Oh,
finals will be. And then if you win in the finals, you get to pick a VT hero from Series 2 that you want to control as your avatar. Because there's actually like a story and a graphic novel and all that stuff that's like canonical to like the universe of VT heroes.
there's lore. There's
Yeah,
always
that
lore.
was one of the big things for the Kickstarter because you could actually buy one of the VT heroes so that you could be canon to the story. So people bought their favorite VT hero, and so their name and their likeness is now forever canon to the story
Okay, I
because
like
That's
that.
it
amazing.
doesn't matter if you're a guy, girl, whatever to get the character because it's a digital construct. They're not like a team like you see in Power Rangers and stuff. It's a fighting tournament. It's actually a virtual fighting tournament like Tron.
That's why I was all right.
So
The
you could
games
be
will
a
be great.
guy because actually one guy, the streamer McNux, he bought BT Black, which is a female character. That's his favorite one to play as. So he just logs in, and in the virtual world, he's her
Nice.
because they don't actually
Okay.
have skin or faces underneath the helmets. They're just a digital construct.
Okay, I like it. Now, because I know you, what do you have planned next? Because I already know that you probably have another game you're working on that's in its infancy stage. Like cut the BS. What's next?
Actually, yeah. There's like there's actually a few games I'm actually supposed to be having a talk with. There's been talks with the studio Metagames,
Hmm.
and I'm supposed to be making a new game for them. Uh, it's girly and it's magical. That's as much as I can say for that one.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
It's girly and it's magical. Um,
Okay.
the other one is I did do like quick little drops here and there every now and then. I'm working on the game Rival Aim, where I took Call of Duty, Fortnite, and made it into a card game that plays like Uno, but not
Mm.
play exactly like Uno, but plays as simple as Uno plays.
Hmm.
And it's 2 to 10 players simultaneously.
Oh.
You can customize your
So
own
sounds
rules,
more
like
like
make
phase 10.
okay, take phase 10 and shoot each other.
Oh.
Ooh,
It's
this gonna be. Oh, you trying to break up families?
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
this
This
is
this game I'm
Trying to.
making for the cookout. This is a game you throw back a blunt and some beers and some ribs, and you play this game with the family, and you yell at each other.
well, sounds like a
Well,
cookout. I can hear the arguments and smell the barbecue sauce already.
Yeah.
right.
But it's but in those
Once I
aspects of the game, like it really is like I took aspects from shooters. Like you have handguns, you have machine guns, you have chain guns, you have a sniper rifle, you have a shotgun, you have melee attacks and ranged attacks. There's even a nuke. There's only one nuke in the game, but if you don't have the proper tools when you drop that nuke, even the person who dropped the nuke can die. But you
mm,
can literally clear out everyone in the game if no one's prepared for
mm,
it. And like you also get loot drop. Like you can actually get loot.
mm.
There's actually loot boxes in there. There's common loot, there's rare loot, and there's legendary loot. And you can lock and load up with a lot of weapons, but you can have all the weapons in the world and still die on your next move.
Hey, look, that's just like a real video game, cuz.
And when you kill somebody, yes, you do get loot.
Mm. Okay, well, I'll look. I definitely look forward to seeing how this plays out. Literally,
I
I like.
Same.
if you're like I said, if you're into Call of Duty or Fortnite, even Overwatch, and you like simple games like yeah, I was inspired by Phase 10 and Uno. Like I wanted a party game like that. Like you just have to buy the one deck and you can share it out like between up to 10 people. You can have teams where you be like, all right, we all on one, like we're a team of five over here, y'all a team of five. We just gonna come at y'all. Like you can do that.
Mm,
It could be battle royal style. Like
mm.
I want to do public testing with where I would invite people out to play test the game, and then we'd get your feedback like on camera and stuff like that.
Nothing wrong with that.
We'll
Well,
probably
shoot,
do it
I
somewhere in.
volunteer. I volunteer as tribute.
And I'm working on another fighting game that's gonna play a little bit more like Smash Bros. As a card game.
mm,
Like VT Heroes plays more like the Street Fighter
right.
to card games. This one, it's gonna be more like the Smash Brothers because it's gonna include all the characters from all the IPs of J1 Studios.
I knew you were gonna say that.
And we're already in talks with other companies that want to buy in and have their characters
Mm.
involved in the game as well. So there'll be other IPs from other companies, from
Oh
comic
man.
companies to game companies. And
Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah, I'm
Next thing you
excited
know,
about that.
you're gonna be getting that email from England like, "Hey, Space Marine, we want one in there."
Right, yeah, right. And I'm like, okay. But yeah,
But
that
look,
like
that's amazing.
that's a thing. Those are projects that I'm working on besides the four graphic novels that I'm also working on. I'm
Wow.
rebooting two series, finishing a third, and starting a new.
Wait, what are you rebooting?
Super Bounty J1, our mascot, the
I,
sister,
I, I was hoping.
our cyber sister has to get a reboot,
I was
and
hoping.
I'm finally gonna start prepping the reboot of Angel Savior back there.
Wow.
So that's
You
gonna
look
be two
now.
graphic novels known as Alpha and Omega. So
Now you've been talking about that for. I'm glad.
yeah, and I need to finish the Mega Ran graphic novel. I'm gonna get back into working on the Mega Ran graphic novel. So hip hop, magic, and tournament fighting is coming back.
Tell Mega Ran to
Oh, I
answer
like
my
the
damn
sound of that.
email. If you told me to email him, then I email him. Never hear back. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, the man's been jumping around. Like, I feel bad when people message me because like I want to say yes to everyone, but like if I do that, then I won't be making the product that people want to interview me about in the first place. Like,
Yes.
I miss role playing games. I haven't played a role playing game in like a decade.
Mm.
No. I did play one for about a month in like 2016 or 17.
Man, that's a whole president ago. Anybody got time for that?
Yeah,
Right?
I can't play. I'm there's no way I'm allowed to play role playing games because of my work schedule. It's so sporadic. Like I'll be working on voiceovers for 1 second, then I have to shoot a commercial for something, make a game, do character designs, advertise a Kickstarter, like you know, and then I come back to the role playing game. I'm like, why am I in the forest again? Like that's why I've bought so many Pokemon games, and once I go into a cave or a forest with my little bike, I just turn it off and just give it away, like because I know that
And now the new Pokemon is out,
I'm not
and
even gonna look at it. Like, no, what's the point?
the craziest part is, I mess with it because it looks like how we always wanted Pokemon to be without the turn base.
Yo, I've watched video of it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like the Pokemon game. And I'm like, shame I won't be able to play it.
I feel you on that
It's
one.
I
funny
gotta
because
make these games. I gotta make games in comics. I mean, I
gotta
can
go
play
do
adventure
stuff.
games. That's why I'm all about Naughty Dog because they
Mm.
do me right because they're like, I now have the new Uncharted Legacy Collection. I now have Uncharted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have doubles of every single version
Yeah, I'm
of
about
that
to say
thing.
you got them like 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah, every time they drop an Uncharted game, I don't care if it's the same game. I'll just buy it again. Like,
The Kingdom Hearts franchise must have loved you.
I know, but I couldn't play those action RPG. Nope, stay away from them. Like,
Yeah,
but
I just
like
started
he
that
keep
one.
he
Last
keep
of Us,
talking.
yeah, I bought that. I bought the original, then the remastered,
Mm-hmm.
then they put out the second one. They're probably gonna put a remastered on the 5, so I'm gonna buy that. I had the PSP versions of Uncharted. I don't know where they are,
Yeah, good luck with that.
and I got Drake's journal somewhere around here. Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his journal says he didn't want to be played by Tom Holland. Anyway,
I'm actually for
Leave
that
that
though.
boy alone.
No, I'm for that because if you played like Uncharted 3, you would see what age range they're going for. They're not making this as a one-off. This is gonna be like a series
oh
of
no,
movies.
oh no, I know that. But even like we even have Tom Holland saying he wish he didn't take this movie. Like
Yeah, you wanna know
But
why?
what's wrong?
You
What's wrong with him?
No, the only reason why he's saying that is because the stunts were so crazy. He wasn't saying it
yeah,
because of the series. He was like, I almost died. Like he was like, yo.
my whole thing is at first I thought if this was more of an origin, I'd have been like, okay, cool. But no, we going straight to the first game. I'm like, it's hard for me to even see Tom Holland. Like, I know how old he is, but as soon as I see him behind the bar mixing drinks, this is a fantasy. I'm like, you're not
Because he
old
ain't got no
enough to be
facial hair.
here.
You just hating because he ain't got no beard or no upper lip hair. That's all.
No, I'm just saying. Look,
Yes, if that man had a beard or a mustache, you
You
would
mean that
not be
boy?
saying that.
And
Is
you know what it
he
is?
not over 18?
Yeah, he's like in his 20s.
yeah, he's an
Yeah.
adult.
He's a whole
I
adult.
said what I said,
He's
God
a
damn
whole
it.
adult that
But he's been playing a 16-year-old
yeah.
for the past like however many movies. Like he started off as what, like 15 as Peter, he was like supposed to be like 15.
Ironically, he was 15. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Like, it was just like, yeah, he looks like a 15-year-old kid. He is a 15-year-old kid. But well, we'll see. I just Mark Wahlberg. You want me to take him seriously? It just it's a lot of mixed signals here.
Hold on. Sully is a funny character.
True.
So to have someone that's snarky and kind of a jerk,
I
Mark
just feel
Wahlberg.
like
I
Sully
can see it.
should have just been played by Bruce Campbell because that's the type of energy he always gave off to me.
Yeah, but Bruce Campbell's retiring from movies because he actually retiring. He
Yeah.
said it publicly. He's like, I'm too old. Like I'm beat up. Like
Yeah. At least he knew. At least he knew when to quit. But
Yeah.
but listen, Jason, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in today. It really has. Please, of course, we're going to add a link to all your material onto this for our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Tell the good folks right now where they can find you.
All right. You can find me on. You go to j1studios.com. You can also find Ajaka Lost in Rome on Kickstarter. You can also check out. Well, we're going to be bringing back J1Con. It's going to be coming back in 2022, November 4th through the 6th. You can find all that on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and then I don't know why, but I started a TikTok.
I'll see you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you to pull off one embarrassing dance, and the second you do it, I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do with this hang on thing. And I'm like, should I just do the little terrible dances these kids are doing because they don't know how to
Just
dance?
start.
I'm just
Just
like,
start with the sounds. Just start with the sounds and mouth those. That's what I
yeah,
usually. That's what I
I'm
started
gonna
with.
just do like my voiceover stuff. I just record it and just put it up there. Is that cool enough? I don't know.
All I
Yes,
do
it's
Only one
fine.
way to
is
find
You will
out.
find your tribe on TikTok. Okay.
All right, cool.
There's something for everybody there. Trust.
Yes, there is.
All right, cool, cool.
But Jason, we're going to be catching up with you again. Pretty sure in the not too distant future, I'm going to have him on for the Geek Report for more fun times to be had.
Absolutely.
And we want to thank you guys for listening in today to the Amerime Junkies podcast, talking with Jason Richardson of J1 Studios. Of course, to everyone out there who's listening to this on the podcast, we always appreciate you. Make sure you download it. And on YouTube, make sure you're hitting that like button and that subscribe. And don't forget the bell. Do not forget the bell.
Smash the
Every time
subscribe button, guys.
you must hit the bell. You must every time you have to hit the bell.
That's
But
right.
this is guess we're signing out. I'll start off. Corey Salty True Floyd. Salty Live 215 on Twitch. I'll be talking to you. Peace.
that was
All
so
right, y'all. Y'all
fast.
already know it's your girl Queen Nick. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. Subscribe to my Patreon to see all my shenanigans and extraness. And yeah, y'all already know. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Hi, everybody. This is Corey Salty True Floyd for Amerime Media, and I hope you enjoyed this podcast video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to check out our other videos right over here. You have a good one. See you around.